Well, she was this wonderful Italian import. She was a big sex goddess, God. I mean, Bella, Sophia. Mwah.
I think she had the same thing that Cleopatra must have had. She had a commanding presence.
Sophia Loren, aside from being extremely beautiful physically, is one of the most exciting, witty women on this planet.
What she became, of course, is unique. Sophia is the only honest-to-God international movie star.
For nearly half a century, she has dazzled audiences with her eternal beauty and earthy sensuality. But Sophia Loren's almost charmed life of international fame and domestic tranquility masks a childhood of abject poverty and years of hard work. Her rags-to-riches story outclasses any fairy tale. Sophia Loren was born Sophia Ciccolone on September 20th, 1934, in a hospital charity ward for unwed mothers in Rome, Italy. Her mother, Romilda Villani, was a stunning 20-year-old who dreamed of becoming a movie star. Her father, Riccardo Ciccolone, was a handsome young engineer who had told Romilda he was a film producer. It was not the first lie Riccardo would tell or that Romilda would believe. When Romilda announced she was pregnant, Riccardo refused to marry her. And so, after Sophia's birth, the single mother returned to her family in Pozzuoli, a poor village near Naples. Little Sophia was a sickly infant and a scrawny child. Neighborhood children taunted her, not only for her illegitimacy, but also for her thin, malnourished figure. They nicknamed her Stuzzicarenti, or Toothpick. Sophia was cast as a model for a series of melodramatic photo comic strips called fumetti. Her striking features and smoldering gaze made her an instant favorite. The magazine's creators even changed her last name to Lazzaro, claiming that her awesome beauty could raise the dead like Lazarus. But it was a chance meeting with film producer Carlo Ponti that would change Sophia's career and her personal life forever. Now 18 and calling herself Sophia Loren, she survived on small roles in minor films and made just enough to afford a cramped one-room apartment with Romilda and her sister Maria.
It was her turn to play Mama, in a way, and to look after her sister. And she did so with tremendous generosity.
But Sophia's loyalty and hard work was finally paying off. Over the next 2 years, she earned leading roles in more than a dozen films, including Africa Under the Seas, Aida, and Attila the Hun, co-starring Anthony Quinn. But it was in Vittorio De Sica's comic anthology, The Gold of Naples, that Sophia Loren would become a star.
Quando si devono,
Produced by Carlo Ponti and longtime partner Dino De Laurentiis, the film called for an actress to play a hot-headed and sexy Neapolitan pizza girl.
Neapolitan people are a little different from the rest of Italy, because Neapolitan people are full of personality and full of passion.
De Sica and she had some kind of a mysterious bond between them. It was almost intuitive as to what he wanted or what he exuded, and she picked up on. So De Sica began to infuse her with a realization of who she was in front of the camera. And that was the beginning of the great run of Sophia Loren films.
Critics hailed her confident comedic performance, and with the film's release, Sophia Loren became a household name throughout Italy.
Well, it's her walking down that street, swinging, full of life, her blouse half unbuttoned, her hips swinging along, and those of us in the theater sat there and watched her go by us and said, there is a new and exciting member of that make-believe world that we want to adopt, and we did. We embraced her.
The Italian press dubbed 1955 as the year of Sophia. And with 36 films to her credit, the 21-year-old actress soon overtook Gina Lollobrigida as Italy's reigning box office princess. But Sophia's triumph in Italy was only the first step in her campaign for stardom. She and Carlo were out to conquer the world. And to win, they would next have to take on Hollywood. In 1957, while Sophia studied English with a private tutor, Carlo Ponti tried to arrange for meetings with American directors. One of them was Stanley Kramer, who was preparing his upcoming Spanish epic, The Pride and the Passion.
Carlo was prepared to meet with Kramer and offer her at some kind of a salary that would make her acceptable to him, and to talk about the fact that she was taking English and trying to get her into this movie.
But Kramer had seen Sophia's sultry performance in the recently released Woman of the River and already thought the Neapolitan beauty was perfect for the lead.
Stanley Kramer showed up and said he would like to hire Sophia Loren and offered $200,000, which, of course, Ponti hesitated for about 20 seconds and accepted.
But though the English dialogue was difficult for Loren to master, co-star Cary Grant offered some private coaching.
I'm staying with him.
You mean you're living with him, and you don't love him? That's the part of you that's cheap.
Soon, the debonair screen idol found himself falling head over heels in love with his exotic leading lady. When Grant proposed marriage, Loren's loyalty to Carlo Ponti was tested as never before. She loved Carlo deeply, but she was frustrated by his legal inability to marry her. Confused and uncertain, she jumped at the chance to travel to Greece, there to star opposite Alan Ladd in 20th Century Fox's Boy on a Dolphin.
I'll show you something.
I know you found something. A great treasure.
Yeah.
Thousands of years old.
How did you know?
Every year, shepherds, fishermen come to Athens with stories about statues and, well, they're just stories.
So, you don't want to listen? All right.
Weren't you comfortable? Didn't they take good care of you?
Oh, too much care. They kept me here. No more questions, huh?
Good. Now, my question is, if I bring a crew and diving equipment to Hydra, can you locate that exact spot again?
Oh.
The film was only a moderate success, but the image of Loren rising out of the Aegean, wearing little more than a wet shirt, became a sensation across America. As post-war audiences enjoyed greater prosperity, the sexual taboos that had permeated American culture were breaking down. So too was the strict production code that had kept sex off movie screens. Grittier, more realistic European films introduced the public to exciting new personalities like Brigitte Bardot and Anita Ekberg.
And here came Sophia Loren, who was playing young, sexy, beautiful, articulate parts. And I think that that vision of the Italian woman captured some fancy in the Americans.
Recognizing that Sophia could be another Bardot, Paramount Pictures signed Ponti and his 23-year-old protege to a 4-film contract. She also proved she had more than a knack for playing the love interest in a growing list of big-budget historical dramas. Produced by Samuel Bronston and directed by Anthony Mann, El Cid was one of the decade's most impressive films.
She has a kind of almost legendary, mythic, medieval beauty, which perfectly fit the role of Chimène, the Cid's wife.
Once again, Sophia found solace in hard work. Re-teaming with De Sica and Mastroianni in Marriage Italian Style, she earned the 2nd Oscar nomination.
This is Sophia Loren at her finest. Vibrant, earthy, irrepressible, irresistible, unpredictable.
Sophia was now the world's favorite actress, and she was in demand by major studios for dozens of prestige projects, including Arabesque with Gregory Peck and A Countess from Hong Kong, written and directed by none other than Charlie Chaplin.
Universal Pictures proudly announce the most exciting film of the decade, A Countess from Hong Kong. Take them off.
It's silly.
We'll see how silly it is.
Co-starring Marlon Brando and Tippi Hedren, Sophia found Chaplin's directing as delightful and as entertaining as De Sica's.
Charlie acted out each character. He became Sophia Loren. He became the Marlon Brando character. And it was so stunning to watch the changes of personality and acting capabilities of this man. Sophia had a lovely relationship with him.